Like, we just want to know what's your opinion on social corporate responsibility and
Okay.
how important you think it is in the workplace.
All right. Uh, you're asking the question of a lecturer at the University of Maryland, but I've been a practicing CPA for over 35 years, and I've watched companies market themselves and grow. And the companies that have some degree of corporate social responsibility seem to do better, in my opinion. Of course, this is just anecdotally, it's not based on any study, but my opinion, based on asking, is that they do better both economically, with their employees, with their vendors, with their customers. I think it's an overall positive place to place your company.
Thank you for your opinion. And now I just want to know if you can name one instance where you had to make a decision in regard to social corporate responsibility.
Okay, this is a story of our own company, which is located in Towson, Maryland. I guess I could give out the phone number, but this is not a commercial. Okay. Many years ago, we had a client that had a new technology. They had a patent for it. It was a way to kill flies in the farm areas that was only using materials that were already FDA approved. Therefore, the product was, uh, according to the FDA anyway, completely safe for human consumption. It was based on a dye, a red dye that is contained in Pepto-Bismol and products that are used by women for cosmetic purposes, and so therefore it was very, very interesting to think of what if a dye could be used as a pesticide and it's completely safe for humans. This particular business was a startup business, and the funding had run out to a point where they couldn't continue to pay us while going through the trials of getting approved by the FDA. And we had to make a decision as our own company, as an accounting firm. Do we continue to do work for them without getting paid as we do the work, which is what we customarily do, or do we and take the chance that someday they'll be able to pay us, or run the risk that it may not ever pan out and they would not be able to pay us for our services? And when we spoke about it, when I say we, talking about the owners of my accounting firm, we made the decision to go ahead and continue to do work for them, even though the amount of the fees that eventually piled up that had not been paid proved to be very substantial for our size firm. But we did it, I think, with two things in mind. One, obviously, and I won't be bashful about it, is there was a little bit of level of greed involved that perhaps they would get approved by the FDA, it would pan out, and it would be a big client for us. We'd get paid, and we would all become enriched through the process. That was certainly in the backs of our, and maybe in the front of our minds, but definitely in our minds at the time making the decision is that we believed in the concept of promoting a company like this. That the whole concept of the company, the whole reason that they existed was that they had found something, and their purpose was to find something that would be environmentally safe for pesticide use. Not only did they have that belief, but we eventually attached ourselves emotionally to that. So the decision to take the risk, monetarily, economically, was almost a no-brainer. We discussed it. It was the right thing to do to make a decision corporate-wide, but everybody was in agreement. It was unanimous. So I think that showed that even though we're an accounting firm and we're not really destroying the environment by and large, unless you argue that chewing up paper from trees is an environmental hazard, we put forth an effort to choose where we run our economic risks in a way that has some corporate responsibility, social responsibility, environmentally in this case.